Hi, I'm Trey Clark. Along with being asked, what is contemplative preaching? Another question that often comes up in conversation is, why does contemplative preaching matter? Trey, why do you make such a big deal about contemplative preaching? In this video, I want to highlight three reasons that I believe contemplative preaching is important. Building on my book, I want to focus specifically on what we might learn from Black contemplative preachers. Let's get started. Number one, in the midst of fragmentation in our divided and our divisive world, Black contemplative preachers call for a more holistic way of being in relationship with God, one another, and all creation. There is a craving for wholeness in our world, a world that is torn and tattered in a million different pieces. Contemplative preaching is a spirit-empowered act of proclamation that points us toward this wholeness, wholeness in Jesus that is for the world. Second, in the midst of profound fear and uncertainty, Black contemplative preachers invite us to be anchored, to be grounded in the one who holds all things in all seasons. We live in a world full of unknowns and unpredictability, and while the particularities of our time might be new, the issue is not. Contemplative preaching in the past and the present orients us toward God as the anchor of all reality. Third and finally, contemplative preaching in the midst of fatigue stemming from the pace of life and demands in late modern society challenges us to cultivate rhythms of rest to sustain our varied vocations. The exhaustion and burnout in our society and church is pervasive. Contemplative preachers, of course, don't live easy lives, but they do seek to live integrated lives, lives of rhythm. And they offer us wisdom as we seek to live into this in our complex times today. Now, of course, there's so much more that could be said about why contemplative preaching is important, but these are three things that stand out. To recap, in the midst of fragmentation, fear, and fatigue, contemplative preaching invites us to live whole, anchored, and centered for the glory of God and the good of the world. If you're interested in learning more about contemplative preaching, especially as it shows up in the Black church, check out my book, Black Contemplative Preaching. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you found something in it helpful, feel free to like it and subscribe for more content. Until next time, blessings.